A billionaire cosplays to beat up a mentally ill clown and a burn victim. So, if we're talking about the best comic book movies of all time, there are multiple that would come up. The Avengers movies, Into the Spider-Verse, and others. But the one I would argue is The Dark Knight. Absolutely spectacular. When I saw it, I thought of nothing but this. But there was one thing that stood out from the rest. One person who not only stole every scene he was in, but stole the whole movie. Heath Ledger's Joker. Oh my word, this guy threw his whole self into this. And all his work paid off. I never cared about Batman. No. I was waiting for this clown of chaos to come back on screen. And even though the Joker is easily the best part, the rest of the movie is still incredible and holds up well on its own. None of the dialogue is bad, and though it is mainly a serious movie, it's not without jokes, most of which are told by Lucius Fox, Morgan Freeman's character. He's amazing in this role, as he is in almost every role. This is the only Batman movie with Fox in it, and I'm glad Nolan decided to use him. Nolan is amazing in the way he directs this and writes this really well, despite a few missteps during the climax. Said missteps I will talk about later. This movie starts off with a tense and perfectly paced scene showing Joker's plan be executed perfectly, leading to him having the last laugh. After this, we're thrown into a scene with a knockoff Batman. We're also introduced to the Batman voice.
What's the difference between you and me?
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
To be fair, it's not this movie's fault, as this voice was previously developed in Batman Begins, so it gets a pass here. I think this movie does well with introducing some of its characters. I like how they talk about the characters before they actually fully introduce them. They talk about the new DA, Harvey Dent, before showing him in a scene, and they talk about that menace running rampant calling himself the Joker before fully introducing him in the mob scene. Said mob scene is pretty great. The Joker continues to mess with the mob, but they can't attack him or else boom! Or, the pencil trick. Shortly after this, Gordon talks to the commissioner, and suddenly scariest jump scare I've seen besides The Sixth Sense. Sixth Sense. There we go. The next 5 minutes are out of a horror movie. Ledger directs the heck out of this. Yep, Nolan let Ledger direct this news report, and it is terrifying. Though piecing a bullet back together on a computer to find fingerprints is definitely contrived, I'm willing to suspend some belief for it. Joker crashing the party is a pretty great scene, and he tells his second story of how he got his gruesome scars. Batman's entrance, even with the Batman voice, is pretty cool.
I'm fighting you. I like that.
And you're gonna love me.
At first, I thought Coleman Reese was pointless, but I eventually realized that the Joker wanting people to kill him or else the hospital would explode allowed the Joker to pull Harvey all the way into his Two-Face persona. But I'm getting ahead of myself, and I've skipped my favorite scene in the movie. So great they referenced it in the Lego Batman movie. That is the highest honor. You complete me. These are the words that define Batman and Joker's relationship. One would not be the same without the other. This scene is tense as Joker manages to grind down Batman. Heath wanted Bale to actually beat him up, but Bale refused, so Heath decided to throw himself into the walls. The climax is the weakest part because Batman kills a couple doggies. No! And a few plot holes. How did Joker rig so many explosives on 2 boats? How did they not see the guard clowns were hostages? I really don't care that much about these, though. Regardless of its flaws, the climax is great. I love Gordon's ending monologue, and Two-Face is done well and realistically. This movie is absolutely incredible and my favorite comic book movie. 10 out of 10. Thanks for watching!